everyone. Hey Neve. Hi Sophie. Cool, so just wait for a few more people to join. Thanks, Neve. Hi Sophie, other Sophie. Hello. Cool, we've got a few more people joining now. Perfect. So today I'm going to be talking to Emmy Redman, who is a lovely lady who we work with a lot. She's an influencer. She does a lot of beauty and fashion. So she is going to be joining now.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you so much for joining today. I know it was your birthday yesterday.
Oh,
Happy
it's
birthday.
so nice. Nice surprise.
How are you feeling today? Have you got a sore head or were you pretty happy with your
Oh,
birthday?
I honestly haven't drunk since August. I actually don't really drink
Wow.
much, so
Oh,
I was enjoying lots of elderflower and lots of chocolate cake, and I've received so many flowers. I literally didn't know what to do with them.
yeah, I saw on your Instagram stories. You must be.
I feel like 'cause people can't get out, they've just sent flowers. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's super lovely.
No, especially this time
So
of spring as well. It's nice and airy for you.
yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, thank you so much for joining. I know it was a little bit short notice, but it's lovely to speak to you. We worked together a lot, so it's nice to actually be able to sit and chat with you sort of
So
face.
lovely to be here. And can I just mention your nail colours quickly?
Oh, the Mavala ones.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sporting some now. I didn't decide, so I've gone for all of them. But
Love it. I mean, I think I'm wearing the Nico at the moment.
oh, yeah, that's my
Looking
favorite.
nice. And I wore the
Oh,
magenta lipstick on my birthday. I was like, spice it up a little bit.
oh, well, it looks lovely. You always look very glamorous and gorgeous. So that's going to be some of our questions for you today. So for anyone who doesn't know you or doesn't follow you anything, tell us a little bit about your Instagram and your journey and the sort of content that you create.
So weirdly, I actually fell into Instagram kind of by accident. I mean, everyone has social media and uses it for personal reasons, really, on the whole now. But I never intended on doing it on becoming an influencer in that sense and doing it in a more professional way. It was kind of something I fell into because I started a university and then actually transferred to another one. And there was a good couple of months in between where I was almost kind of in like a no man's land and I didn't really have anything I was committed to, but it wasn't a long enough period of time to do something else or go into do an internship or anything. So that's when I was like, this is a perfect time to maybe start up a blog. Because it does take time to create content and
Yeah.
effort. So I was like, maybe this is what I should do. So I started doing it. And the main reason really why I started doing it as well is so that ultimately when I launched my own fashion label, I've got hopefully got a following of people that are interested in me. Because I thought if they like what I'm wearing, they're probably going to be interested in the sort of stuff that I will be releasing. Because I like quite elegant and classic pieces with colour. So I think, yeah, it just kind of ended up happening. But I love blogging about beauty, lifestyle, and fashion. Main ones being beauty and fashion.
Yeah.
I'm a girly girl.
Well, you sort of mentioned there that you are a fashion designer, which is amazing. So you're obviously very creative anyway. So having somewhere to like channel all of that is good for you, obviously. I
Yeah.
remember we met in person at I think it was last year before all of this crazy COVID stuff
Yeah, the
happened.
Clinique event.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you were wearing this thing and like this top, like I can't even describe what it was, but I was like, that's amazing. And when you told me you made it, I was like, what?
That was my shirt.
Yeah, it's amazing. So you've obviously got sort of like quite a, like you say, crisp, clean style. So where do you get your inspiration for your fashion that you do?
So, I mean, I've always been doing fashion from a young age and absolutely love it. And it's always been something I wanted to pursue. Um, but I always tend to get my main source of inspiration from nature and architecture. So mostly when I go on holidays, I mean, who's complaining?
No,
Um,
more go on holiday.
Exactly. So I basically just bring my camera with me and I take photos of a lot of things, even things that I don't think I'll use, because you end up being really surprised by what ends up being a source of inspiration, whether it's for print or silhouette. There's so many different things. I mean, I've just released, well, just done my collection on the Côte d'Azur en Rose is what it's called. And that was inspired from my trip to the French Riviera, which was, again, not expected, not planned. It just kind of fell into place. And I took inspiration from parasols, architecture, all the coastal glamour kind of combined with 1950s jet set chic to create this kind of effortless resort, modern and timeless collection. And it's stuff like all the loose folds and the parasols, you know, it inspired all the silks and the elegant fabrics and all the lightweight to kind of really resemble that. So yeah, it just kind of, it comes from different places, but most time it ends to be travel, and you know, because it's you've got a nice association around these things, so it's really nice to pick up things and bring it into that, and you enjoy it because whenever you're looking at the work, you're remembering that holiday.
Yeah,
nice. Especially right now, holidays are dreamy.
I'm like not a fashion person at all. I'm beauty through and through, so like fashion fascinates me, and to like hear that's how you get your inspiration for it. It's so interesting.
You should stay tuned. I've got a collaboration coming up next week with Phil, a guy called Phil Howarth. He's a really talented photographer, so
okay,
my Instagram's at Emmy Designs, if I slip that in there.
Plug away, this is what this is for. So your style with fashion, makeup and jewelry as well is all very sort of luxurious. So what would you be your top tips for someone like me who isn't very fashion conscious? Of what would be your sort of staples, like even if it is beauty or clothing, what would be your like staple things to make you sort of look stylish?
It's actually really funny that you said that. I laughed when I saw that one because my friends always joke and they say I can't do casual. I literally will wear jeans and a t-shirt and trainers, and I'll be like, Emmy, you still look dressy, and I'll be like, I'm trying to do casual. Or even a lounge set. Like, I think just because I'm quite girly and I always do my makeup and my hair, and it just always comes together that way. But I think when it comes to having a more kind of, I think, sophisticated style in that sense, it basically, I think, comes down to maybe don't buy for one occasion as well, because I think people, you get hooked in this kind of fast fashion, whereas actually most of the pieces I've had for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Even I had bought a 2-piece from For Love and Lemons for my 18th, and we're 5 years later and I still wear it. I wear it in summer. Like, it's so much easier to just buy things that you know will last and that you'll wear again and again, and then just mix and match. And I think also, like, having pieces like a crisp white shirt, an LBD. I mean, it's all the stuff you see in magazine articles anyway. But you know, classic coat, love a trench, massive fan of a trench coat. Basic pieces, bodysuits, black skinny jeans, mum jeans, because stuff like that you can dress up with a clutch, a pair of heels. It's so versatile. That's a good word to use, actually. Versatile. So versatile. They go with different things and can be just put together. And just know your wardrobe as well. I'd say
a lot of people are starting to clock on more to fast fashion and realize like it's terrible for the environment. Like you say, if you actually and spend the money on something that is a little bit more luxury and a bit more worthwhile, then you're more likely to wear it and reuse it, and then you get the actual wear of it. So I think that's a really good tip. So moving on to sort of like your content creation, then obviously you're Mavala ambassadors and you create some fantastic, lovely content that we use all the time. I'm thankful for it. So what would you say is your favorite type of content to create, and how do you come up with like the fun ideas to make them engaging and tailored to the brand?
So definitely beauty and lifestyle. I think that isn't, and actually Mavala is that was really exciting for me because that was one of a brand that I've always used and loved. So to be able to do stuff with Mavala and share those products, I've already been using them anyway. So that's really nice to be able to share about those and post those. I've completely lost track of what the question was now. That's really
So,
throwing me.
what's your favorite type of content to create? So, like, I know
Oh, yeah.
like reels and video and stuff these days is like really on the rise. Like, video is very much the way forward. So, like, how do you come up with the ideas to make them fun, make them different to what everyone else is doing?
Yeah. So, I mean, with the reels, it's quite different. I do actually take some time to sit down and think about what I'm going to do. It's not something you can just wing and be like, oh, I'm just going to film a reel today. Because, I mean, I'm sure you know, it does take time.
Oh,
And
it takes so much time. People don't understand, I think, sometimes.
exactly. And actually, do you know what? I've got a couple of funny stories. I mean, one of the ones I did one on the Discovery set from Mavala, and I actually filmed. I did a good hour of filming, and I realised that I had my phone the wrong way round. So basically, all the writing on the products was like a mirror image.
No.
I was like, ah, so I redid it the correct way. And
you're
even
a perfectionist as well. Like, obviously, with your fashion and like you're very sort of. I can imagine you're a perfectionist. So if something's like slightly wrong, redo the whole thing.
Exactly. And actually, I released a birthday reel yesterday. And this is a perfect example of Instagram versus reality, because I actually filmed that the day before so that I didn't have to get ready on my birthday. And I ordered some balloons and a helium canister because you can't get anywhere filled up with COVID restrictions. And I actually read I mean, this is probably my dyslexia all over. I actually read the instructions on how to empty your helium canister instead of use it. So I literally turned helium into use it for my balloons. So I had to go and buy another one and do a click and collect in an hour. So I mean, there's so much drama that goes on behind them, but it's funny, it's good fun, and I think just trying to stay true to you. I mean, that's quite a cringy thing to say, but I just try and not look at other people's in that sense and just kind of think, okay, what do I want to do with this?
Yeah, definitely.
And how can I have a bit of fun with it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the best at editing. I'm trying to get better at that, so I'm definitely not a pro at that.
It's new territory for everyone. But
yeah.
No editor, so you know. So then that leads on to our last point, really. So for anyone who wants to get noticed by brands, what would be your top tip? I know you said, you know, be yourself, but what would be your tips on how to sort of create content that's true to you?
I think the main thing actually is quality over quantity. Because a lot of people I know post every day, and I admire the people that do, because it takes time to produce that content. It's mad, isn't it? I'm like, oh my gosh, how would you do that? But I'm always like, okay, you know, I'd rather post once or twice a week with something that's really good and actually people are really going to enjoy. And I think brands appreciate that as well, because they're not going to want to collaborate with you if you don't take the time to produce nice content for them.
Yeah.
As I said before, I think being true to you and just literally do you, and don't kind of look at other people too much, and just kind of do what you want to do and what you think your audience will enjoy. Also be honest as well. I mean, luckily I've not been in a situation where I've done a collaboration or been gifted anything I actually don't like.
Yeah.
But if I did have that, I would try and find a really nice way of being like, you know, this just didn't work for me exactly for this reason.
Yeah.
But I'm very selective about who I choose to collaborate with as well, just because I think you need to be, so that you believe in what you're putting out there on your blog.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just literally, you know, make sure to tag brands, and, you know, important to say if something's worked for you, why, if it hasn't worked for you. I've always said as well, it's not what you take a picture of, but how you take a picture of it as well. So you just kind of really trying to do creative new things to spice it up.
Yeah. No, I mean, speaking from, you know, our side of things, you can really tell when there's someone who genuinely cares about a brand and is interested in the brand. And I think you can sort of see when they can sort of picture what the brand wants in their head. Like, for example, your Mavala that you do, it's so perfect for what we need. So
oh, good, I'm glad.
It's like you can picture like what we need, and you just make it, and it's so helpful in that respect. So that's sort of what you were saying.
That's so lovely to hear.
Okay, well, thank you for doing it. I'm just going to pop back on some questions. I saw a few comments pop up. So it's got Liv from Live Lice and Home here. Hello. Someone said the embroidery design on your crop jacket is stunning. So that must be a fashion.
Oh, the Eloise jacket.
Yeah.
That's a cute one.
Cool. Well, yeah, like I said, follow Emmy. We're going to post this on our feed after, and I'll tag you. But then also you can find Emmy's fashion design page as well. So so do go and follow her there because she's got some incredible. You can see her brain in her clothes. Really lovely.
Thank you so much.
Joining us today. It's been lovely chatting to you, and I'm sure we'll speak soon.
It's been lovely to be here for 100%. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, Steph.